It's hard to imagine anything more exciting than the first harvest.
All right, here it is, our first harvest, and I'm going to harvest some radishes. It's a pretty big one. It was already about halfway out of the ground, so we figured it was time.
All right, so there's the pile of radishes that Fendi pulled. And the theory was, if the red part, the radish, was popping out of the ground, we pulled it. But is that a sound theory? We're wondering, because look how big this one is. These leaves are gigantic, but it is not coming out of the ground at all. So, do you pull based on how we were doing it when the red part is showing, or do you just pull it based on how big the leaves are? What are your methods? All right, I couldn't resist pulling that one with the huge leaves out, even though the top red part of the radish wasn't popping out of the ground yet. And here's what I found. It's not even starting to form. So I guess that might be part of our answer, is yep, you pull them once the red part is showing.
Dang, that's a fatty.
And now to check on these onions.
That is not what I expected. For how huge the leaves are, I was certainly expecting a large bulb.
So look at all this delicious lettuce. So that is the lettuce that we planted from seed. And here is the one that came out of the ground that I put in the pot and then we put in the garden, and it is getting big. We've eaten some of it and it's quite bitter and tough even before it started bolting, and we're thinking that's probably because it was transplanted so many times and had a stressful life. So we're probably not going to eat this one. We're thinking we will actually let it bolt and let it seed the yard and the garden, and next year we'll have some surprise lettuce plants that we can grow in our garden without having to buy seeds.
So our arugula has been continuously consumed by something. Maybe it's these little black critters that are currently on it.
Oh yeah, look at all of them. They're everywhere.
Might be kind of hard to see with this camera, but
They're shiny and black.
they look like little beetles.
Yeah.
But the arugula is starting to bolt. It's going to flower, and we have read or heard that you don't want to let the leafy greens go to flower because then they don't taste very good. So we are going to snip the flowers and see if that helps.
Well, this vacant part of the garden is where the carrots were supposed to be. And I must confess, I am very disappointed with the carrots. I was really looking forward to them, and we only had a few that actually show any promise. For the most part, there's practically nothing, and now something is eating the leaves. So I think we might have to call this carrot patch a total loss. maybe we can still plant more. That would be something I would like to hear from you on. Do you think it's too late for us to plant some carrots?
Well, I was really excited about the jalapenos, and they don't seem to be growing at all. They're the same size that they were when I put them in the ground. They also have a few holes in them, like they've been chomped on. And I don't know, we thought maybe the fertilizer would help, but there still has been no change. Any thoughts, recommendations, ideas? Well, despite the carrots and the jalapenos not meeting our expectations, we do have some celebrating to do, because there is a little tomato fruit growing. It's very, very exciting. The tomato plants look like they're doing pretty decent. It's funny, this is the largest, medium, smallest. Kind of wondering if it's because of the sunlight they're receiving, or maybe the water. I mean, we water the whole thing pretty evenly, so maybe it is the sunlight. But that's exciting.
Well, this is exciting. We got the peas actually using the trellis. You can see their little tendrils wrapping around it, both on the fence and on the sticks and twigs that we gave it to climb up to get to the fence. Well, one of the things we thought we might do for this video is film ourselves enjoying some delicious, juicy, sweet strawberries. But there's none to be found. And they were looking so good last time, we thought there'd be plenty of them that we could eat. So something must be eating them. If anyone has any tips on what might be consuming our strawberries before we can, let us know. All right, well, that is this week's update. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you back next week.
And please let us know what you think so far. How you think we're doing. Any advice? We'd really love it. Thanks.
Thank you. Quick little side note for the super fans out there. We apologize for missing the video last week. It won't happen again.